90 Day Fiance stars Brandon Gibbs and Julia Trubkina started a new journey on Happily Ever After Season 9. The latter just welcomed her parents to America. She was excited to hug them after 3 years. However, the TLC star was immediately on edge when her in-laws crossed the line again. Brandon's parents, Betty and Ron, never had the slightest shame to barge into their son's home. They even have his house key, which created a lot of issues between them and Julia. Fans were in disbelief when the duo intruded on the couple's privacy again and made Julia's special moment about themselves. Brandon's parents sneaked into his house and surprised Julia and her parents. They were trying to celebrate the arrival of the latter's parents, but fans feel it was more about marking their territory. Why did they do it? Julia Trubkina has been trying to adjust to Brandon's overbearing parents, Betty and Ron, since the day she arrived in America. She had to face huge challenges because of their nosy behavior and constant toxicity. The 90 Day Fiancé star has been preparing to welcome her parents to America on Happily Ever After. Trubkina wants them to feel at home during their trip. She arranged 2 bedrooms in her house for her parents because they had been separated a few years back. Brandon told the Russian native that it was his mom's room. He explained that his parents' life was a 1.5-hour drive away, and they should have a room if they ever wanted to stay. Julia quickly made it clear that her MIL won't have a room in her house. She even threw her stuff in a carton and cleared the room for her mom. Julia Trubkina welcomed her parents for the first time in America. She wanted to spend some amazing time with them. Recently, the reality TV star and her husband, Brandon Gibbs, went to the hotel room to meet them. Julia and Brandon took a bus tour of Washington, D.C. with the former's parents. They all had so much fun and made some amazing memories. But things got awkward after the 90 Day Fiancé stars returned home. Brandon and Julia entered the home all decked out in red, blue, and white decorations. They were surprised to see Betty and Ron waiting for them at home. Brandon's parents threw a surprise party for Julia's parents. However, Trubkina was immediately frustrated to see her in-laws intrude on her privacy again. Hence, a Redditor shared a reaction to Betty and Ron's surprise visit. The OP wrote, "They just won't let anything happen without them being involved. Talk about FOMO." The fan felt there were no good intentions behind all this and wondered if it was a way to mark their territory. The fan added, "It's all about being nosy and being in the loop. This had nothing to do with welcoming Julia's family." Several fans felt Betty and Ron crossed the line again, and Julia should change the locks. Some of them even wondered whether Betty had gone to the guest room to sleep and taken her room back. Keep coming back to my channel for more information.